Oh, hello again, everyone, and welcome to your Sunday practice. Today, a special focus on taking care of the body for people who are active in their lives and maybe suffer some strain or muscle ache due to either a lot of repetitive action or sometimes some impact work, but we'll also get an overall stretch for the body and feel good. So come today to a comfortable standing position to begin. And stand in a way where you feel very stable. So you might want to have your feet open, hip distance, or even wider than hip distance apart. And with your arms resting by your side, the hands facing forward. Stand so that your upper body is resting tall on your lower body, on your legs. Keep your knees easy, so you can even bend the knees a little bit. And lift your spine. Lift your chin so that it's parallel to the floor, and so that you feel a nice extension through the whole back. We'll begin just by noticing how it feels here in standing. If you like, closing your eyes, or keeping them open and still softening your gaze. Let your eyes relax, forehead relax. Let your shoulders be heavy and resting in the back. Sometimes nice to lift the shoulders up on an inhale and exhale, let them fall. You can also do that very slowly, inhaling, pulling the shoulders up, and exhale, pull the shoulders gently back and down. Shoulders to rest heavy in the support of the upper back. Again, stand up tall and still. Once you notice how it feels in standing, bring your attention to your breathing. Always breathing in through the nose. And whenever it feels easy, out through the nose or the mouth. Now, if your eyes are open, go ahead and close your eyes. I want you to imagine your breath as a kind of light that begins in your lower abdomen and expands and gets brighter as you inhale, kind of like turning up the light of a dimmer lamp. And as you exhale, this light softens, radiates throughout your whole body. Let's do that again. As you inhale, see this cloud of light getting bigger, and shining brighter. And as you exhale, allow this light to shine throughout your whole body. Just notice if there's any hard spots, any tension you might be holding in your body, that you can simply soften with your awareness. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. We're going to start linking movement and breath just with the arms and the shoulders at first. So on your next inhale, allow your arms to ride up on the breath. And as you exhale, keep the shoulders heavy and let the arms glide down on the wings of the breath. So move in rhythm with your breathing, waiting for your inhale to lift the arms up. And as you exhale, let the arms float down on the breath. Really move as slowly as you need to, so that you can really take a full inhale and a complete exhale. Do that one more time. Now we're going to wake up the lower body, the feet and the ankles. For this, you can keep your stance as wide or wider than your hips. So just bring them right underneath your knees. First, we'll spread the toes. Inhale and spread all your toes so you can see the colors of the mat. And then exhale, release the toes down, relax. Now notice the corners of your feet behind the big toe. Spread your feet behind the little toe, that second corner. And then on the back side, the outer heel and the inner heel. Now, those four corners reach down, just like the corners of your mat, but inhale, spread your toes again. And notice what's going on in your legs. So when we artificially engage the feet like this, there's a lot of energy, a lot of activity in the legs, even in the lower abdomen. That's good. Keep your tailbone reaching down long. And notice the bottom of your feet. Very active here. This helps lift the arches. And let's see if we can keep that lift even as you relax your toes again. Maybe one at a time, or just nice and slow. Now on an inhale, we're going to come up onto the balls and the toes of the feet. And exhale, lower down. Again, really slow here. It's actually going to be more challenging the slower you do these calf raises. Now find something to look at that's not moving, that will help your balance, but also keep your eyes soft and relaxed. And keep the face relaxed, the whole gaze relaxed. We'll do that one or two more times. Again, as slowly as you need to take a full round of breath. And the next time you do that, let's see if we can put the arms and this lift of the legs together. And then slowly coming back down on the wings of the breath. Do that two more times. But as with anything that I invite you to try here today, you could always do more or less, depending on what suits you best today. Up again one more time. And as slowly as you can, like the back of your heel was a pulley that you are lowering down, turning, lowering that wheel, nice and slow. Okay, feel free to shake out the legs a little bit. And then come to stand on one leg. Probably you picked your preferred leg. That's great. I'm just going to do some easy ankle rolls. If there's popping or cracking, that's good. Let's see. So, it's actually usually related to the fluid in the joints, the synovial fluid, warming up, filling up new spaces. And then rotate in the other direction. If you need to use a wall to aid your balance, maybe you have one close to you. Imagine your belly as the center of the earth. That often is also a good aid for your concentration. All right, now we're going to do the second side. This side might be really different, so notice that. We'll just take some easy ankle rolls here. Noticing, especially if there are some tight spots, some corners in your circle, or any kind of resistance that might have been different on the other side. Cool. And then we'll do the second side. Now we're going to bring the legs together and stretch the whole side body. So imagine like you have one leg here. Again, push down through the corners of your feet and keep your knees easy, but your legs are active. You're pushing down through the heel, down through the corners of your front foot, and then inhale, bring the arms up. And relax those shoulders down. You're going to interlace your fingers, wrap your hands together, and then reach the top of your head up as you reach your tailbone down, and exhale. We're going to bend over to one side and push down through the opposite heel. You're bending to the right there. Use your left heel a little bit more down into the ground. Keep that center active, keeping your navel in. And exhale, softening into your bend a little bit more. You could also do this dynamically, coming up to lengthen. And then one more time, we'll exhale and side bend. Inhale, activate your center, come up through the middle. And we'll pause here. Again, noticing how you feel in your shoulders, keeping them relaxed in the back. Now inhale, lengthen your whole body from the crown of your head down through the soles of your feet. And exhale, bend over to the second side. Reaching down, especially through that opposite heel, will help stabilize you a bit in your side bend. Notice your shoulders here, so they should still be parallel to each other, facing in the same direction. So we're not moving into a forward bend. You notice one shoulder is moved forward, come out a little bit, activate your center as you reach long a bit more, and then exhale, bend a little easier to that second side. One more time, we'll lengthen. And breathe deep. Inhale, come up, and then exhale, release. And now take your legs out nice and wide, wider than your hips, maybe even as wide as your wrists when you extend your arms. Just having a nice stable base here can be nice for some arm circles. We're going to start small, really small. This might be like the size of a quarter or a €2 coin. Continue standing up tall. The legs are active. The knees, a gentle bend, nice and easy. And reach down through your tail as you lift your heart, lift the crown of your head. And then slowly get bigger, if that feels good, through your shoulders. So the goal here is to feel a very fluid rotation. And also, again, to notice any differences. I'm noticing a little bit of clicking on the right side here, so I might stay smaller. And just give the time for the shoulder, which is one of the strongest, but also one of the most intricate, complex joints of the body. You really move in all directions. Just want to give it some time to warm up to this thing. If your arms are getting real big, your arm circles are so big, you might be able to cross your arms in front of each other and alternate which arm crosses in front. That's a great way to do a little bit of coordination work through both halves of the brain. And then slow it down. We're going to go in the other direction. We'll start small again. Stand up tall. Keep breathing deep. And rotate in the other direction. Working really small here can help us notice all of the very small muscles that support the shoulder area. And hopefully you're also noticing some heat building up here. That's really good. That's what we want to help open the shoulders. If it's appropriate, go ahead and get bigger with your circles. And if you get so big that you can cross your arms in front of each other, try alternating which arm crosses in front. Legs active, belly active into the body. Reach long through the whole spine. And then one more time, we're going to cross in the first direction. So right now, your arms should be feeling very warm, warm through the shoulders and maybe a little bit tired. Try smiling into that warmth and that tiredness. Notice how that feels, and then we'll go in the other direction one more time. Nice work. Okay. Bring the arms down by your sides, and again, just stand tall in your mountain. Arms facing forward, biceps facing forward, with the shoulders resting in the back body. Your breath smooth and deep. Okay, we're going to come into a forward bend here. I'll show you from the front and then the side. On an inhale, reach up. And exhale, fold forward from your hips until you can get your hands on the mat. Now your knees here, right above the heel, above the middle of the foot. And an easy bend in the knees. Inhale, lengthen the back halfway up. Heart forward with those shoulders back. And then exhale, fold forward. Forward bend. This is one of the best poses I know, especially for the lower back. Anytime when we bend the knees a little bit, we soften the hips, a little bit more ease through the lower back. But let's turn on the legs a bit more. So imagine your knees are energetically pulling up into your hip area as you push your heels down into the ground. Don't lock your knees. That would look like this. You don't want your legs 100% locked and long. Easy bend, knees in the middle of your foot. Inhale, come forward and halfway up. And then exhale one more time, fold forward, forward bend. Now we're going to lower our hips until they're as high as the knees. Strong legs, long back. Inhale, come on up. Exhale, standing tall, Tadasana, mountain. Now we're going to interlace the hands behind the back so that your hands rest on your sacrum here. Now, we're not going to pull the shoulders down here. That would actually restrict the breathing room at the top of the lungs. But we are going to try to soften the elbows. So bend your elbows a little bit, let your arms hang. Breathe deep. If you can't reach your hands this way, if you're so tight, you might want to use a belt or a strap. We can do it that way. We're going to keep our legs just as active as they were in that forward bend. Keep your hips right above your knees, right above your heels. Spread the toes again, and now on an inhale, we're going to start to move the hands away from the back, even lifting them up a bit, but keep your shoulders reaching down. Your chin parallel to the ground, your neck is long on all sides. And breathe fully and freely. So we're also starting to move the elbows away from each other. Keep the elbows soft. You're not locking the elbows like this either, but gentle bend. We're spreading the space of the upper back by reaching the elbows away from each other. The hands reaching back to the back of the room and a little bit up. Your shoulders stay in the back, relaxing down. One more breath, and this one we're going to release on an inhale. Inhale, and let go. Stand tall, and feel that. We're going to do the same thing now in a forward bend. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend from your hips, forward bend. Inhale, come halfway up. And then exhale, soften a little easier in your forward bend. And bring your arms behind your back. If you can remember, you can cross your hands the other way. So the other thumb is on top. Really important here not to lock your arms. So elbows soft, gentle bend. Knees also easy, but legs are strong. And let's bring those shoulders away from the ears, in your back, with the support of the upper back. Now on an inhale, start to move the hands away from the back and towards the back of the head. But if you move so far you can't breathe freely and deeply, then just back off a little bit. Take it a little easier. And stay here for 3 or 4 more breaths. Elbows begin to pull away from each other. Feet reaching down into the ground. Inhale, release, and exhale, hands to the ground. And then inhale, hands to your hips, and come up like this, similar to that chair. Inhale, lift up, and exhale, release. Very good. Nice. Okay, I'm going to come to the front of the mat. Inhale, reach up, and exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come back into plank. Exhale, the second leg. You can always lower your knees down. In plank, again, the shoulders in the support of the back and right above your wrists. Exhale, lower your knees down, bend the elbows, and then the chest and the chin. Release. Point your toes and bring your arms right by your side. Inhale, come forward and up, cobra pose. Exhale, come back down. Inhale, activate your tail into the ground. Both of the feet reaching down as you lift your heart forward and up. Shoulders, release. One more time. So the lower body is the base here. The tail reaching down as you come forward and up. And stay here for 3 breaths. On an exhale, release down, come back through, hands and knees, and into downward facing dog. Take again 3 unrushed breaths here. This pose can also be a really great resting pose, especially for the back, as long as you feel good in your shoulders connecting with that back support, just like before, but also bend your knees some more. And then lift your tail, lift your sitting bones up a bit more. Get a really nice stretch in the lower back. And also walk the dog. Okay. Look forward, bend your knees some more, and we're going to walk or hop until your hands are right in front of your feet. And then open your feet a little wider than your hips, so they're at the edges of your mat. And with your fingers on the ground, we're going to lower the tail down for a squat. And in this squat, you can keep your hands on the ground and keep your upper arms on the inside of your knees, so that the knees, again, are right in line with the middle of the foot, following the direction of your toes. You can also bring your hands up to a prayer pose here. Anjali Mudra, the mudra of offering. Go ahead and lengthen your back by activating your center. Pull the belly in as you reach your tail down, lift the heart. And enjoy 3 smooth, unrushed breaths here. At the end of your 3rd breath, hands back down to the ground, and then help yourself down onto your seat. We're going to spread our feet, or bring the feet a little bit forward, the knees bent. Make sure you have a good base in your seat. We're going to start just by lifting the heart. Inhale and extending the back, and then exhale, pull the belly in. Do that again. Inhale, lift your heart, extend your back. Exhale, Belly pulling in towards the back. Now you can keep your hands on your knees for support or even on the ground. You can also bring your hands up parallel to the ground, and inner hand, the palm facing inward. We'll do that again. Inhale, heart up, and exhale, belly pulling in. Now we're going to start to use that belly support into the body to lower down, nice and slow. So as you inhale, continue extending the spine. And as you exhale, continue pulling the navel in towards the spine as you slowly lower down. Go as slow as you can. Listen to your body. Follow your breath. This last part, usually really challenging to keep slow. And eventually we just have to let it go. Make sure you're on your mat here, and with your feet as wide as the mat, you can let your knees fall side to side. Exhaling and inhaling back to center. Do this a couple times. We'll set up for our penultimate pose. Next to the last one. Really great one for the back, the whole back, in the bridge pose. Now, one thing to be careful of in bridge is your neck. So make sure your head and your neck are lined up in the center, so the back of the head resting on the ground. But please do not look around when you are in bridge pose. Start with your elbows by your side, bend your arms so your hands are facing inward, the so-called robot arms. Before we come up, go ahead and inhale, reach your elbows, reach your shoulders and the back of your head down. This is the base of support for the upper back. Exhale, release that. Feel the difference. And you can just stay there, especially if you have any neck issues, any pain in the upper back. This is a wonderful variation of the bridge. If you're feeling good there, remember to keep your head right in the middle. On an inhale, reach your base down, reach your feet down, and lift your hips up. Notice your knees here, right above your heels. Imagine you're squeezing like a big soccer ball or a yoga block. You might move your shoulders a little bit more towards the center if that feels more stable, if you feel better in your base. We'll just take again 3 easy, beautiful breaths. You could also extend your arms, grab your hands. That felt good. But really, just enjoy how it feels. Enjoy your natural breath. To come out, you want to release the arms by your side, nice and wide. And as slowly as you can. Sometimes I like to come onto the toes and the balls and lower the spine down, 1 vertebra at a time, to the upper, middle, and finally the lower back. And then you could just be here where you are for your final resting pose, a variation of Shavasana, or bring a hand to your heart, a hand to your belly. You could even let your knees rest in against each other. Or if everything felt great in the back, you could also take that classic resting pose, extend one leg and then the other. Your feet fall open, your legs resting heavy. And take a moment to find your comfortable resting pose. With every exhalation, allow your whole body to settle down a little more. With your inhalations, notice the support of the floor, the contact points in your back, in the back body. As you exhale, let all parts of your body rest down a little bit more into the breath. As you continue settling in, noticing how you feel, with every exhalation, allow your whole body to relax a little more. Once you're settled, the body can enjoy stillness. Bring your awareness to your breathing and rest your attention in the rise and fall of your natural breathing. Should you become distracted, attention goes somewhere else, that's fine. Notice that. And as soon as you've noticed what is taking your attention away, without any judgments, without any worry, just bring your full attention back to your breathing and begin again to observe the rise and fall of the next breath. Feel free to stay here as long as you like. And only when you're ready, slowly begin to deepen your breathing. Taking time to extend the inhales. Taking time so every exhale is complete. Take time and fill the whole body, taking in a full, smooth, comfortable breath. Hold that breath for a moment and exhale from the side. Turn into your natural breathing. Just one more time, notice how you feel it right now, right here. And you can roll your head to the side, back to the center. Notice the other side. Come back to center. And then bringing your legs together, reaching your belly and your seat down to the ground. Reach long through your whole body, reaching out from the center. And exhale, release. Bending your knees and hugging your legs into the body. Also roll a bit, give yourself a massage. You can finish by coming to rest on your side. And using your hands to help yourself up into a comfortable seat. Sit in a way that feels good for you so that your knees and your hips don't have any strain. And you can lift your back, lift your head. And inhale, bring the arms overhead. And exhale, hands to the center of the heart. Thank you for joining me and sharing your energy, your practice here today. Namaste.